Yo, what's up everyone? Bren here, and this will be an Alchemist commentary. So, this hero, he's definitely one of the best pub stompers currently in 6.85, and I would say by a fairly large margin as well, guys. The thing with 6.85 is that most of the traditional 1v9 heroes just aren't that strong currently, and just the solo carry game style isn't very strong as a whole. Now, I bring that up because the thing with Alchemist is he's still one of the few heroes right now who, in my opinion, can kind of solo carry a game because he has everything that a good 1v9 hero has. He farms extremely fast. He offers a lot of lane pressure once he gets manta up, so he can split the enemies up and create space. He builds radiance and AC, which are both really good team fighting items. His laning is really solid because the first bounty rune gives him 500 gold with Gravel's Greed for a quick bottle, and the acid spray buff made his laning really strong. Now for this game, guys, I picked Elk because the enemy team has a Doom and a Shadow Fiend. Elk is really strong versus Doom because Doom doesn't want to use Doom on a chemical raged Alchemist because of the regen, and Elk still keeps his movement speed, the regen, the low base attack time, and you'll have Radiance burn anyways. And Doom is really bad against heroes that can split push without putting their own heroes at risk. So once you get your manta up, you can keep the lanes pressured, which makes it hard for Doom to do his job. He can't really get the pickoffs as easily as he wants, and he can't like team fight as well as he wants. And Elk just does pretty good against Shadow Fiend mid. So I wanted to make sure I get this bounty rune. Like, getting the bounty rune on Alchemist, guys, is extremely important. That's why the hero's kind of gimmicky. And a lot of people don't really like the way that he's kind of balanced right now, but so during, like, right there, I got stunned by the Rubik. There really wasn't any way I could have gotten the rune, just because he lived it right at 0-0. So I'm low in this lane. Like, this is kind of why I chose this game in particular. I've played a few out games this patch. A lot of them have just been straight up stomps. Like, if you get the first bounty rune, you can kind of just snowball the game. The hard games are when you don't get the bounty rune, so that's why I'm showing this. Now, on the courier, I'm bringing out a salve right away. It's really important that once you get low, that either you have someone on your team salve you, or you just make sure you bring one out right as soon as possible. So for this lane, I was just auto-attacking that creep down. I got really low from the Shadow Fiend. That could have been terribly bad, but managed to just not die right there. It's important that I get these first few CS. Just kind of waiting right there. Got double, so that's really good. The thing is, Shadow Fiend doesn't have souls. He only has rays right now. Well, he doesn't have any souls, I should say. He's got one. So with Quelling Blade in my higher base damage, I can actually just get this CS pretty easily. I should be getting the CS. He can't really deny me. And yeah, right when I hit 2, I throw down my acid spray, guys. I throw it down in an area where it's going to be damaging all of his creeps, and it's also going to be zoning him back a lot. So I'm not going to like be throwing it on my hill. You see how a lot of it is on his hill. So if he wants to come up and like harass me or something, he's going to have to be standing in the poison. Every time he wants to go for a last hit without using rays, he's going to have to take some damage. I'm actually going to be using it again very shortly, just to guarantee the CS. Like, even level 1 acid spray does a lot of damage right now, and it makes it really easy just to last hit. Didn't get that creep, unfortunately, but so like if he wants to go for this deny right here, he has to take damage. So he did damage on the creep, so I did not get it. I did not see his auto attack coming, otherwise I would have hit a little bit sooner. But yeah, I'm level 3, so I have level 2 acid spray now. So I'm just throwing it down in another area where I can do some damage to him. And you see how much damage he's taking, guys? Like, this is why Alchemist is like a really common pick against Shadow Fiend and pubs currently. You kind of just win the lane, just with some levels. Like, imagine if I got the bounty rune and I got my bottle really quick. This lane would have been really tough for the Shadow Fiend. But I have my bottle coming out now on the courier, so I have it now. And I'm just going to be constantly throwing down my acid spray. Oh, something to note, guys. I would have bottle ferried. If I knew that I didn't have a rune to get, but I know that bottom rune is still waiting for me, so that's just basically why I didn't. I'm just gonna go for it anyways. No point in really bottle fearing if I can go for like a double damage right here. Gonna reef my bottle. The other choice would have been to stack and use bottle fearing, but if I go for that route, then Shadow Fiend's just gonna get more out of the lane. With this double damage, I can actually play pretty aggressively on the creeps, so I just decide to go for that route. So I'm gonna be popping this double damage, and I just really need to make sure that I make good use out of it. Get my last hit in a deny. It's really that's actually really bad. I just missed that, but he has to raise right there to guarantee CS. I can even just throw down my acid spray right here. So with this double damage and acid spray, like it's really difficult for him to lane. Like he wants a CS, but the only way he's really going to be getting it without taking a lot of damage is by using raises. Like if he wants to use his auto attacks, he's going to have to sit in poison for a little bit, just way too long. Playing aggressively on him because I have my boots now, so I managed to get 2 denies in right there. I'm actually going for, I was going to go for a stack right there, guys, but I was going to go to the hard camp and maybe acid spray, or just stack the medium, but Kato was doing it for me, so I'm just going for top rune. And like I want the bounty runes, it's definitely what I want. It's a haste though, and Kato was telling me they had mana leak right now, so we'll see what happens right here. Shadow Fiend actually made a really good play right there by standing like right on the cliff, and he managed to get a raise off. So I'm just way too low. Like that was actually it's actually just a huge waste of time which has occurred. Like we weren't getting a kill on a Shadow Fiend without my stun, and with Coddle not being like a higher level with his blasts, so that's really unfortunate for me. But I'll just have to jungle. Like I want my 6. Like I don't want to go back to base. If the courier was upgraded at this point, I probably would have bottle ferried, but it's not upgraded currently. I was gonna stack that as well, but Coddle, yeah, Coddle actually did a really good job of stacking this game. He already stacked it once when I went for top row, and now it's gonna be triple stacked because of him, and that means I can just stay a little bit more in the lane. So I'm kind of worried about like a raise. Like what I'm doing right here is actually really risky. If Shadow Fiend just raised me right there, that would have been like a really clowny death. I'm gonna be hitting 6 off of these wolf creeps, so I'm just cutting them back. Like I don't want to be taking too much damage. I don't want to die right here. I know my acid spray will get them down. Okay, so this is something. What I bought, guys, I bought a Bassi ring, which some players don't go for. Some players like to just straight up rush the radiance, or go for treads into radiance. But I think the Bassi ring is really all you need. The mana, like if you look at Chemical Rage, it costs 50 mana. So what that means is the flat mana regen that Ring of Basilius gives you, that'll actually allow you to just constantly be using your ultimate for the extra mana regen and HP regen that you otherwise might not have if you don't go for a Bassi. Because there are some situations where, for whatever reason, you might just be too low on mana to use your ultimate. Especially once it hits level 2, it's like 100 mana. But the Bassi really does help you with any mana issues you would have. And it gives you some armor, so that's really helpful in Alchemist. And the armor also helps in terms of like pushing. Like if Shadow Fiend was to ever leave his lane, I can get like some tower damage, more tower damage with the Bassi ring compared to just if I didn't have it. So yeah, I'm just hitting these creeps, guys, because I know that I want to be stacking the hard camp. I don't want to be like doing nothing in the meantime. So throw on my acid spray just to stack it, coming back to lane. Like, yeah. So I know Shadow Fiend's pushing it in, so I don't want to like go and take the stack right now because I would be missing creeps. So it's more important that I just use my acid spray to stack it and do some damage to the creeps, and then I come back mid and yeah, just kill the lane creeps. Throwing down my acid spray. I generally like to just spam my ultimate whenever I can. Just keeps my mana as high as, like I'm really just concerned with my mana regen on this hero. Yeah, just so you can constantly be using as many as many acid sprays on the map without ever having to go back. And like you won't always be getting lucky with the runes, especially against good players. Like they will almost always be camping runes against an alchemist. Now right here, I was attacking the satyr down first because I kind of want that to die because it offers regen. So I got a few hits on it, and he died. But yeah, just killing these creeps. I'm gonna have to kite them back right here. It's a little bit too low. Waiting for my ultimate to come back up. So I'll pop it again. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be throwing out my acid spray in a good position for the medium camp, and I'm going to be luring this centaur onto the acid spray just to get the damage over time and the minus armor, just to make sure I'm just farming really efficiently in this spot. So like right now I have 53 CS. This is pretty good. So even though I didn't get the bounty rune, which is unfortunate, the thing that made up for it was Coddle stacking. So he made this game a lot easier than it could have been if I had nobody stacking for me or giving me mana. Like Coddle actually did a really good job in this game. Yeah, Alchemist or Shadowfiend just nuking down the wave. I have my ultimate though, so I'm not really too worried. I'm just farming the creep just like he is. We're just both flash farming at this point. So a bounty rune, finally. This is really nice. Yeah, some games, like if you get like the first bounty rune, and then you get lucky with like continuous bounty runes, and you have someone stacking for you, that's when this hero really can snowball extremely hard. Now, as you guys can see, I'm not really worried about what's going on the other lanes. Like my goal is just to farm and get an extremely fast rating and stuff. Like if you notice, our bottom tower is gone, so our safe lane kind of lost to the Doom, but our offlane also won. So both offlanes for each team won, and in terms of mid, we're both just kind of farming back and forth. So the game is in a pretty even state right now. But I'm gonna have a pretty decently timed relic. I would say like maybe 13 minutes. 13 minutes or quicker is a pretty decent radiance timing. Any faster and you're probably just stomping the game pretty hard or something like that, and it's probably just gonna be an easy win. But yeah, sometimes you can get like the 9-minute radiances, which is pretty insane. I know there's a lot of people that aren't really happy about the way Alchemist is balanced. I kind of feel the same way, but just how it is. Yeah, so even Blood Rages me right there. Bloodseeker Blood Rages me, and he gets out of the lane. He just wants me to farm it, so it's good. There's a battle going out. I can throw out my acid spray, and I have level 1 stun, but that's really all I have. Bloodseeker silenced the Shadow Fiend and the Rubik, so yeah. Like, Doom doesn't want to doom me, guys, like, but Doom has Wolf Creep, so he is hitting extremely hard with his physical attacks. And with his regen, I just can't really do too much to him right now. I really just need this recipe. I generally don't like showing myself with the relic either, so I'll just keep it on the courier until I've completed the whole thing. Because sometimes when the other team sees that you have a relic, like they'll just all like 5-man towards your location, like kind of mindlessly. So I just kind of like avoid those situations by just keeping it on the courier. So I'll bring out my entire radiance right now, and yeah, this is a pretty good time, pretty solid time. Radiant Elk is just insane, actually. Just like most farming heroes, just Radiant mid is so much better than Dire mid. So I'm dropping my Stout Shield. It's too important that I have my Cooling Blade. It's too important that I have my bottle, and obviously the Bassi, the armor is just a lot better than the block currently. Especially since the aura gives the armor and the mana regen. So with my game plan right now, guys, is I basically just want to keep farming up until I get my Boots of Travel and my Manta, and that's when you start to like apply pressure. Right here, guys, I'm getting Winter Wyvern ulted and Rubik lifted. The only way I'm living is if I stun the SF and he like messes up on Raze, which he just did. So even though it was like a minimum stun that I just did, it saved me completely. So just gotta go for those type of plays. He missed his Raze, but yeah. Got a very minimal stun right there as well. I'm not sure why he cold embrace himself, but it's alright. Yeah. So I just need to keep running, and I got a miss right there. Juggernaut missed on his last auto attack. Now I'm TPing just top. I'm not TPing the base because I have my ult regen, but it gets cancelled by Rubik, and I'm like, all right, fuck you guys. Let's kill this guy. I know that everyone else is just like the entire enemy team is dead, and we have 3 here. Like the Rubik isn't a threat by himself. And he says, "End, please." Yeah, I'm getting close to my boots of travel though, and that's when you hit like your second like spike in terms of farm speed, just because of the mobility that boots of travel give you. And then once you get your manta, that's when it really starts to shoot up. And you might be asking why I'm going for like the manta, the standard manta, radiance, boots of travel, Octarine build. I just think that's the strongest build, guys. Just because of the amount of split push it gives you. Your team fighting is actually really strong because of the new radiance aura, and just radiance combined with acid spray. Your damage is fairly decent in team fights. Obviously your single target damage is lacking, but you also have a lot of map pressure because you can constantly keep the lanes pushed like a Naga, and you can just force mistakes out the enemy like that, and create space for your team to like farm your own jungle, and you just get like a huge farm lead on your team. But for right now, I just need to be playing in our jungle till I get my basic items up, and then I go for like a timing on when to be aggressive on the map. So I have my bots now. It's kind of scary right now because I don't know exactly where the Doom is. Like a Doom +1 and I can die pretty easily, I would say. Like maybe like a Doom plus a Winter Wyvern all right now, just because Doom has Alpha Wolf, so he does a lot of physical damage. Well, actually, they probably need Juggernaut as well. But yeah, so I TP'd in to the Doom and to Winter Wyvern. Yeah, Cold Embrace and Doom right there. I'm taking a lot of damage. I need to be safe. Pugna starts healing me. If I was paying a little bit more attention, I would have been closer to the Winter Wyvern right now, and I probably would have been able to get a stun off and a kill, but I just wasn't really paying attention to as to whether or not Pugna was going to be healing me, so it's kind of backed off a little bit too far right there. I definitely had more room to be a little bit more active in that battle.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just TPing mid. There's no point in like staying top. My entire team is there. Bloodseeker can farm that region. He doesn't have bots for the mobility, so I might as well just go mid. Put on more lane pressure. Coming over here just to clear these creeps out. Forcing a TP from the Winter Wyvern. It's definitely really good. And it's getting close to 16, so I definitely want this rune. I'm hoping for a bounty. You're always hoping for a bounty rune, basically. Either a bounty rune or an illusion rune. Actually, illusion rune is better at this point in time, but bounty rune is still really good. I'm in Viz right now, so yeah, it definitely feels the burn. So I'm channeling my stun, just gonna throw it out. Winter Wyvern couldn't get the Cold Embrace. I have my ultimate still going, so I can tank some tower damage, just no problem.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Even getting healed by Pugna is really low. He's going back to base to heal, so. I just want to keep farming efficiently. Just get my manta. Now I'm throwing my acid spray in the hard camp just to constantly lure them over here. And then I'll kill the other camps just with my radiance burn. I think this is just the best way to farm the triangle with Alchemist. The other option is throwing the acid spray in an area between the medium and the hard camp, but that means that you have to like constantly be walking, or I mean throwing the acid spray like in between the easy camp and the medium camp, but that means you have to like constantly be walking to the left for the hard camp. But this way I can just like the acid spray and the radiance will bring them all together if you just throw it in the hard camp right there. So Slark is in the trees, so this could be a really good fight depending on what happens right here. I throw my stun out a little bit too early. I could have canceled that Requiem for sure and saved my life, but It was definitely a misplay by me for letting that go off really quickly, especially since I had my ultimate coming up. And this is, yeah, so that one mistake by me is going to make it so that my entire team basically dies. And they're going to be getting a huge gold swing here. Let's see how much. Holy, that's insane, like 3.8k. 3.8k gold swing from 3 hero kills. That is definitely insane. Plus we're dead, so that's a lot of our advantage gone. 3.8k gold from just the kills, plus the farming time that they're going to be getting. But I'm still watching the map. I just want to constantly keep eye on them and their items and just see where the best spot to TP to farm is. So just heading mid. Throwing down my acid spray. I have my fountain regen on. I'm getting really close to my manta. Bloodseeker invised into their jungle. I can't really help him right now. Just farming this medium camp. I wasn't sure if this was blocked, but I might have blocked the hard camp right there. No, I didn't. It spawned actually, so that's really nice. So once I get my manta, the way I want to be playing is basically I just want to constantly, like once you get your manta, guys, that's when you want to basically tell your team just sit in your jungle and just farm. And your plan is to constantly be using your illusions to push the lanes out and farm the enemy jungle as much as possible. And then like you get like four big items up. And then you go for like an Aegis, and then you go for like a high ground push. That's like basically how this hero functions currently. You just get a huge lead on Alchemist with an Aegis, and then going high ground is pretty easy. This game is really hard though because our draft is kind of lackluster. Bloodseeker is a really bad hero right now. Slark is really bad versus Doom. Pugna is not very good versus the enemy heroes, and Coddle's alright with blinding light against 3 of their physical damage heroes. So I have my radiance. I want to send that into the next wave for sure. Just because there's a hero, just because I know that there's a hero top, I'm sending 2 illusions. If there wasn't any hero, I would send 1 illusion to the lane just to cut it, and then 1 illusion into the jungle. But if you send 2, you can just increase your chance of getting the entire wave, the entire lane wave, without both of them being nuked down, for example. I want to avoid this Doom as much as possible. So swap my manta illusions. I don't know exactly where the Doom is. The Doom could be on me, but I have my ultimate up now, so it's not a big deal. I think we definitely know he has a Shadow Blade, so I'm worried about that. Like, I can only be farming right now this aggressively in our jungle because I have my ultimate up. If my ultimate isn't up, and like if Doom catches me with my ultimate just ending, he can easily just right-click me for a bunch of damage and just pop his ultimate level death, and I'll be like half HP at that point, like instantly. So I have to be really careful right now. Yeah. So I'm sending it in mid, sending my illusions in mid. Just looking around the map. Like, I don't want to overextend again and like lose our lead. Like, if I can just get up to my Octarine. So yeah, the next item you're going to be going for, guys, is the Octarine, which I think this is just like, I know this is like the standard way to play him, but I think this is just the best way for winning pubs. Like, I know there's a few players that are around 7k or have hit 7k this patch, which are just going for this build. So this build is definitely, it's viable in pubs, extremely strong. He might be the strongest pub hero, to be honest. Like up there with like Doom and Shadow Fiend maybe. Ember Spirit as well in this patch. Yeah. And Alchemist is probably the one that can carry the hardest, even if your team's draft isn't that great. and if your team in general just isn't playing that well. Just because of the other things I mentioned, he just split pushes really well, he farms fast, and he creates a lot of space. Like, I'm just keeping my illusions on the Rubik, I'm keeping lanes pushed in, I'm giving my team vision. Of course it's not as amazing as like a Naga Siren, guys, but yeah. So I stacked the Ancients right here, just throwing on my Acid Spray and be doing some damage. Let's farm these up pretty decently. I'm kind of low. Checking for the rune. There's no rune up here. I generally wait until I have my ultimate on before I pop my Manta Illusion. So I'm sending one mid, and I'm sending one top. So I'm gonna be actually, yeah, kind of misclicked there, but that one is definitely going top. So I'm using my main hero right here, and my next illusion will be cutting the wave. I want to be microing this one around because it's kind of low. I don't want it to die right away, but yeah, Winter Wyvern was sitting in the trees. So we see the Doom. He probably just came out of Invis, so that means that this is definitely a good time to go for him right now, with his Invis being on cooldown. We get a good pounce. Yeah, we got a pounce. He's in the Acid Spray still, and with the Radiance Burn. He dies extremely fast. I'm getting really close to my Octarine. Now with Doom down, that means I can farm extremely aggressively wherever. So I just kind of shove that lane in extremely hard, and then I TP top. So my ultimate's still active. Kind of worried about the Juggernaut. Like, Juggernaut ultimate can easily kill an Alk at this stage. Juggernaut's one of the better heroes versus Alk, I would say. Because of both his ultimate, just a lot of physical damage. He doesn't suffer the miss chance when he's in his ultimate, so that's pretty good. And Healing Ward is just good versus like Acid Spray and Radiance damage over time.
Dire's middle tower is under
Pop my
attack.
Manta again. One illusion to the lane, and one illusion just going to be going to the jungle, like killing creeps or maybe just being annoying. So right there, I might be able to get that Centaur in the jungle. I see a boundary rune. I definitely want this. Like, I'm gonna have my AC up now. Like, if you get to the stage and your team is doing a little bit better, like our draft just isn't that great. Like, but if our draft was better and they didn't have like a Doom Shadow Fiend lineup, for example, we could, and a Winter Wyvern, we could go for Roche really easily. But since we're Radiant, going for like a Roshan right now is just like completely game throwing. So I'm just still farming it up, guys. But yeah, the ideal thing is to get an Aegis on this hero as quick as possible once you get a few items up. Like, if you have your Octarine, Manta, Radiance, and AC with an Aegis, you can easily go for a Rax push against most heroes. And yeah, we go for the Octarine, guys, because the spell Lifesteal works with Radiance, so you get a lot of HP return whenever you're near enemy heroes, and it works with Acid Spray as well. So just the combination of Acid Spray and Radiance will give us a lot of HP back just from that alone. But then if you combine that with our Chemical Rage HP regen, like, we're just extremely tanky in team fights. Like, if we're not getting bursted down, like at the beginning of the fight, we're probably gonna win. I see a battle going out bottom room. I can't help them, so I'm just putting on lane pressure. Yeah, just gonna use the space, kind of like the space that our Bloodseeker and Coddle kind of created, even though they died, just to make sure that we get this tower down low. Can't remember if we can get this, but it looks like we will be able to. Yeah, with Pugna Blast and me use my ultimate. Yeah, and Slurk is even keeping them busy. I have one illusion on the Rubik. Yeah, these illusion heroes are really annoying for Rubik, I think. That was kind of a weird play. Sending one illusion onto the healing ward right now, guys. Now I just want to dodge the bounces. And he managed to bounce to me, so that's really unfortunate. If he stayed on those two creeps right there, guys, I definitely would have lived, but managed to bounce to me, and he got me. So that's actually another big death, actually. That's insane. 1,400 gold swings for killing me. Yeah, I was constantly looking around the map though. In this game, I was kind of like at this stage, like you kind of have to be a little bit worried because even though I'm an alchemist, I can get a huge farm lead. Like the rest of our cores just aren't very strong against the enemy. Like our draft, the enemy team has draft advantage, so whenever the enemy team has draft advantage, you kind of need to be playing like a nearly perfect game. And with the deaths, the 2 deaths that I've had, which I should have like avoided basically, just gave him a lot of gold, and a lot of space. I had my ultimate on and like doing me there, but it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, I can. The Octarine burn is still working too, even if I'm doomed, so that's really nice. Kind of sticking as a unit. But yeah, guys, like, if the enemy team has draft advantage, you kind of need to be playing like a nearly perfect game. Like, you can't really die without making like really good trades. Like, I'm giving up like 1k plus gold every time I die. Plus, I'm dead, and I'm really the only one that can like threaten the lanes on the map and push them out without getting ganked. Like Slark is easy kills for the Doom. So is the Bloodseeker. So I'm going in mid right now, and just fight going on. The healing ward is right there, and this is gonna be another dumb death. Go right into the jug. That's really bad. Like I knew I shouldn't have done that. What I should have been doing, guys, is I should have just stayed bottom. I should have just stayed bottom and kept pushing that lane in, because like we were diving in between their towers. They had healing ward going and everything. And my team was kind of like low on HP as well when I got there. It was just a bad fight for me to even go to. It was a bad idea to even take that fight altogether. So now they get the Aegis, and this is a really scary time in this game. Like we need them to now just like kind of like push into us and like mess up, because we keep pushing into them and giving away kills that we shouldn't be. It's obviously like I could have definitely played a lot better this game. Kind of why I'm showing this game instead of like a game where I stomp. But yeah, I'm getting close to my AC, and once I do get my AC though, that'll actually give me a lot of survivability against the Juggernaut and just all the damage they have. Like they have Shadow Fiend minus armor, they have the Wolf Creep. Juggernaut just does a lot of physical damage. It's crit, it's ultimate. This will be really helpful for my team. Definitely need an AC this game. You know, after you get your AC, it's kind of difficult to say what you need. I'm only gonna be going. I have like a heart in my quick buy, guys, but that's only because I just keep getting like bursted down by that Juggernaut all. Like he's just gonna keep saving it for me, so I need enough HP that I can actually survive through the ultimate. Like ideally, I want an Abyssal Blade. Now right here, I can't save the Bloodseeker. There's no way I can save him, especially with the Doom nearby. He's just gonna level death anyways. And I can't kill him by myself, so I'm just walking over here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Still just kind of splitting my illusions up, trying to do whatever I can. Got my Radiance Burn to help out the Stark right here. So yeah, it's really a good kill. Porting in. Even porting in closer. Maybe I can get this kill. Yeah, so I got my Acid Spray down. And my stun. But yeah, the Shiva slow actually saved him right there from the Doom. But now right here, I'm splitting my illusions up, kind of. I don't want them to both be by each other. Whenever teams fights are occurring, or like little engagements like that. Like I want to make sure my illusions are always spread, just to negate the effectiveness of AoE damage against them. Like if I can keep my Radiance Burn spread across the entire battle, that's what I want to go for. Just like how I would normally play Naga, constantly splitting my illusions up in the fight, instead of like having them all go on one target. cutting that wave top with my illusion, but Slark is there as well. It's fine. Yeah, he goes on my illusion, but he just took a Bloodseeker ult. And he's spinning, so he can't use his ultimate right now. So once his ultimate spins, like he goes down. But he has his Aegis, so that's really scary. And Bloodseeker just dies right there. We're gonna take an ultimate right here, probably. From the Juggernaut. Yeah, it's a Juggernaut ult. I'm really, like, I don't want to engage into that. They just have too much physical damage. Even if I'm not like doomed or something, like I can go down extremely fast if I get like Shiva slowed, and Winter Wyvern uses like his Arctic Burn on me, for example. I can go down extremely fast. Throwing down my illusions onto the Juggernaut ward. I want to make sure that's definitely down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Tank the Doom as well. So I need to just go back to base. Like my ultimate's running out. I'm doomed. Like I don't want to be sticking around. Especially since the Doom has an Ags. Which means it'll just constantly be getting reset every time. So, disengage. We see the Winter Wyvern top, so I can just go back out on the map and just start farming again. I'm getting close to being a 6-slotted. Just constantly keeping the lanes pressured with my illusions. That's another reason. Well, the Octarine core is good because of it lowers your manta cooldown as well as your ultimate cooldown, so you can almost always have your ultimate and your illusions on the map. So that's really good. On top of just synergizing extremely well in team fights with both the radiance and the acid spray. So Octarine core is, I would say it's core with this build. But Octarine core, Octarine core is probably the item that people replace the most when they go for this build. Maybe during the later stages, if you have to go for like a heart, like I have to go for this game against their team, you can probably maybe sell the Octarine core for your Abyssal Blade, maybe. But I still like just having it. It gives you so much survivability and just usefulness with all your cooldown reductions. So that's spraying the small camp. Just gonna lure them over, and just using my main hero on the hard camp. And I have my heart, so I'm 6-sided at this point. I need to drop the gem as well. Like, the gem is nice to have on me because I can de-ward my illusions, but it's just more important that I have my heart. Sark gets tuned right here. That's really unfortunate. It's actually a really big kill for them. So like with Doom down though, I just needed to go up right there, send my illusions out to try and depush the lanes. Like I can't let them push. With the Slark dead. Like even them forcing a buyback out of the Slark would be really bad for us. Just because he's kind of struggling right now. Bloodseeker can't get that kill by himself. Oh, maybe he can. No. There's no way. Yeah, Doom is really good versus Bloodseeker, I think. Yeah, my team is just kind of falling apart right now. We're just getting picked off constantly. Like the thing with Alchemist is like, even though he can put on a lot of lane pressure with illusions, it's not nearly as good as Naga's, where he can constantly keep all 3 lanes pushed in. Like at best you can only keep 2 lanes pushed in, but even then you have to be at like really good access points to get like 2 lane cuts in. But yeah, I mean I can battle really well right now though, so we just kind of have to hope for the best. Hope for maybe like a mistake or like an overextension into our base, and I can actually utilize like my ultimate and my radiance spread damage. I send 1 illusion to soften up the creeps. I'm channeling my sun right now. I want to be sunning the the Shadow Fiend. Like, so I got him before he uses ultimate, but I'm getting cursed right here. And Rubik's managed to steal my stun, but I managed to manta dodge it right there. And we get the Shadow Fiend. So we're just kind of chasing them down right now. Going for my different target because I know that the Rubik is dead, so I'm not going to stick on him with the rest of my team. But the Alchemist comes in. If we can get him down, this is going to be an insanely big kill. Really. Yeah, so I managed my stun on him, and I'm just kind of auto attacking him. Like, if I had an Abyssal Blade right here, he would have died a lot quicker, but I feel like I was kind of forced to go into this build, this game, where I go for the heart on top of everything I have. So we got those kills. That's really good for us. Finally, they push into us instead of the other way around, and they're the ones that overextend this time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So my next item, the nice thing about Alc though, guys, is even though once you get 6-sided, you can still be really useful with your gold. Like, I can still spend my gold on Aghanims for the heroes on my team. I can even consume an Aghanims of my own because it gives me stats, and I can get a Moon Shard. So gold is still really useful, even though I have all 6 of my slots filled with real items. Yeah, we're gonna be getting a Rax right here. Kill the Healing Word. Make sure we get that down. And he's decrep, so he's not even taking damage from the Juggernaut. So that was really good, kind of lucky bounces from us. I have my Acid Spray down and my Radiance Burn down with my Octarine, so I'm lifestealing so much, even though the Shadow Fiend is doing a lot of damage. Don't have my ultimate up quite yet. The Juggernaut is kind of stuck right there. He has Mana Leak on him, so yeah, Sarkis is going to be using his pounce. I'm throwing down my Acid Spray in an area that just does damage in the entire area. Kind of splitting my illusions up to the best of my ability, just to make sure that everyone is burning. I'm keeping my illusions forward, and they're all just burning, and we're just kind of chasing them right now. Doom is forced to use his Doom on someone that's not me, but he refreshes it and immediately uses on me. And this is actually kind of scary, guys, because I don't have my ultimate up right now. Doom was right by me, and he has Ag, so obviously it's still doing damage to me. Yeah, so I just have to walk back. Just kind of watch right now. But, yeah. Get those kills right there. Pop my ultimate again. I'm just right back in the fight. Like, do you see how much HP you regen with your ultimate and Octarine? It's insane, guys. Like, I was up to regening like 240 HP right there with both the Juggernaut and just all the creeps.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, level 3 chemical reactor gives you 100 HP regen. Space. So yeah, this is the game, guys. I'll make sure that I show the item screen this time, if it shows it for me. Let's see. Yep, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.